You don't need willpower to lose belly fat. In fact, willpower is probably what's keeping you stuck. And if you're like most dads watching this, you're tired. You're tired of feeling sluggish, avoiding the mirror, and feeling like that your body isn't keeping up with your mind. You've probably tried everything, cutting carbs, skipping meals, pushing through 5 a.m. workouts, maybe even fasting or juice cleanses, and nothing seems to last. That stubborn belly fat just won't go. It's a frustrating thing. And what makes it worse is the guilt, because deep down inside, you feel like that you should just try harder, be more disciplined, and maybe get back on that strict plan that you found online. I'm here to tell you something that might surprise you. The problem isn't you, it's the system that you've been told to follow. I'm Andrew Jacks, and for the last 25 years, I've been helping men lose their gut, regain their energy, and also get on top of their confidence too, without extreme dieting, counting calories, or even having to exercise. I'm also a national bodybuilding champion, a dad of 3, and a coach to over 400 men so far who've dropped 10 to 35 pounds, all using a method that doesn't require you to give up beer, to have to count calories, or live at the gym. So if you're a busy, high-performing father and you want to look strong, lead by example, and actually have the energy to enjoy life and keep up with your kids, that's important, then this is for you. So here's what you're going to learn in this video. Firstly, why belly fat sticks and why it's not all about eating bad food, why relying on willpower and workouts will actually hurt your progress, and how my quick and simple morning hack kickstarts your fat loss for the whole day. And if you stay with me to the end, I'm going to walk you through the exact formula that my private clients actually pay for, and you'll see why it actually works even if you've failed all those other diets before. So let's start off with the first thing. You don't have a belly fat problem, you actually have a willpower loop problem. I'll explain that in a sec. If you think that belly fat is just a food problem, you're stuck solving the wrong equation. This might sound counterintuitive, but most of the men that I coach, they don't just struggle with food, they actually struggle with friction. Here's what the willpower loop looks like. First of all, you overcommit, and that's it. I'm going to work out every single day. I'm going to cut out all the carbs. I'm going to stop drinking alcohol for a month. I'm going to reset. I'm on a health kick. I'm going to do it, right? You get all motivated, all G'd up to do it, and then life hits you. Dad life hits you, the busyness, the stress at work, your weekend with the kids, the travel, the holidays, the social events, and it all comes crumbling down. You fall off the plan, you start feeling guilty, you beat yourself up, and then you're like, okay, let's start again this coming Monday again. And this pattern doesn't stop. It keeps going, and then every loop chips away at your confidence and wears you down. Here's the truth though. Fat loss doesn't happen because of how perfect your plan is. It happens when your plan is simple enough that you're able to keep doing it and stop failing. So it has to be in a way that's not too difficult for you to follow. If that means you get less results over a shorter time, that's fine. Let's take a long-term approach. And that's what I use in my habit sustainability formula, which is what I'm going to show you right now. Instead of these high discipline plans, we're going to install low friction systems. So let's start with calories. You don't have to track them. Stop tracking them. It's too hard. It's more work. It takes more time. It's not fun. So use my plate portion formula instead, which is a quarter plate of protein, quarter plate of carbs, and for lunch and dinner, half a plate of veggies. Simple formula like that. And we only eat when we're starting to feel hungry, and we make sure that we stick to our fullness levels. So for weight loss, when you're reaching about 80% fullness, stop there and stop eating, and that's gonna create a calorie deficit for you. Very easily to do. Doesn't require you to count calories. The other thing is my fat reduction formula. This is where you make simple swaps from high fat to low fat foods and drinks as well, such as milk. And that still allows you to enjoy the food and flavors that you love and also lose fat at the same time. And another thing, if you want to exercise, it's purely optional. Instead of having to go do 1 hour workouts in the gym 5 times a week, right? Just do a 20 to 30 minute walk, right? That's going to burn calories, boost your metabolism, keep you active, and get those fitness levels up. It's good for your energy as well as your hormonal levels and mood too. So you don't need to overhaul your entire life, right? You just need to stop forcing your way through it and make it as simple as possible. So that way it becomes natural, like brushing your teeth. You just do it naturally. By default, you just do it. And it doesn't require motivation. It's just part of who you are. Fat loss can and should feel that easy. And over time, when you keep doing it, you shouldn't have to think about it anymore. I mean, I don't think about it myself, and I'm able to maintain this physique, for over 25 years. It's because initially when I started doing it, it took a bit of time, a bit of getting used to, implementation. I failed a few times, but through repetition, it eventually became second nature to me. And that's what I want it to happen for you. And that way you can get out of this frustrating cycle that you might be in. I'll show you an example, or give you an example. A client of mine, Terry, he is a 57-year-old father and a businessman too, super busy life. He had 4 kids, and he would start his health reset on most Mondays. Come Friday, he had very social life, meeting with people, gatherings at his homes and socializing, started to have a drink and eat the wrong foods, couldn't stick to it, and then was stuck in this vicious loop where he would have to start again on Monday. But after coming to me and working together, he applied my habit sustainability formula. We made small, gradual, sustainable shifts that broke that loop and then led to a proper fat loss week after week after week, which led him to losing over about 28 pounds in 6 weeks. It shows you that this is something that is possible, and it's worked for hundreds of other busy dads as well. So by the way, if what you've seen so far you're liking and it's clicking with you, and you're a dad who wants to stop starting over and over again and finally get results that last, there is a free training that I've put together that goes over the system in a more deeper level. You can check that out anytime by clicking on that link below and then watching that video. But I want you to stick with me now, and let's go on to the next section, which may surprise you even more. And that is that you don't have to hit the gym to actually lose weight. For most guys, it can actually hamper their progress. And yes, I'm a bodybuilder at heart, so I love to train, I love to exercise. It's second nature for me. It feels effortless, and I don't do it for fat loss. I do it more for performance and my general aesthetics. But you know, if you're 20 to 30 pounds overweight and you're exhausted and your schedule is already packed, forcing gym time is like adding weight to a sinking ship. Like, the truth is 80 to 90% of fat loss comes from daily habits, not workouts. And the reason why we shouldn't rely on workouts is that it requires time, motivation, discipline, and you have to be injury free too, because all these things can stop you from exercising. And if you're relying on exercise to lose weight, you're doomed. So what should we focus on instead? As I mentioned, daily habits have more impact, so let's focus on them. Things like portion control, not overeating, but also not starving yourself either. Meal and snack timing. By focusing on meal and snacking and the timing of it, that'll help maximize your metabolism rather than limiting it. And a lot of men that come to me, their metabolism is shot, and we need to recondition it again to bring it back up and enhance fat metabolism too. Also, using protein as leverage. By prioritizing protein, it actually suppresses cravings naturally and keeps you fuller for longer. And then an essential habit that most people neglect is your sleep. It's a tough one for dads, especially if you're busy. You want to get as much out of the day as possible. However, you need to allocate that time for sleep, which is a minimum of 7 hours, as well as managing stress too. It's important to focus on stress management too. So how can you start today? Let's go over some practical steps. Number 1, double your protein intake. You're likely eating way too little protein. We need to make sure we're having protein with every meal. It'll help with satiety and muscle preservation too. It's key to hold on to your muscle, because when you age, that can deteriorate. However, we need to hold on to it. Even if you're not weight training, by having protein in your diet, that's going to help maintain your muscle mass, and that helps keep your metabolism high, because the less muscle you have, the lower your metabolism lowers as well. The other thing is stop skipping meals, especially breakfast. This limits your metabolism and destabilizes your appetite later in the day, causing you to overeat, because your body's trying to compensate, and nighttime's the worst time to have all your calories and fats as well, because you're less active and you won't be burning it as much. Also, eat until you're 80% full and then stop. That way you put yourself in that calorie deficit and maximizing the fat loss. I want you to treat sleep like a business meeting. I want you to prioritize it and schedule it in. Try and do it the same block of time so your body gets used to it, gets your body into that rhythm, and aim for 7 hours minimum. Make it non-negotiable. So stop watching movies till late, stop scrolling on your phones, set aside that time, have a deadline, and go to sleep. And the other thing is, if you can get moving more as well, that's going to help improve your metabolism, burn more calories, and your fitness. So walking 7 to 10,000 steps a day is recommended, where it doesn't require you to go to a gym. You can do it with your kids, walking the dog, or even doing it while on the phone taking business calls as well. So make sure you have that intentional daily movement. So trying to burn fat by just working out more, it's like trying to mop the floor while the tap's still running. I want you to close the tap, and that's your diet and the habits that you're currently having now. I want you to improve them, optimize them, and you'll start shedding weight from week 1. Just like my client Simon, who is a father and CEO as well of a firm, he was relying on daily gym workouts. He loved to go to the gym, which was good. However, he was still struggling to lose weight. He was stacking on weight, and he was was struggling to make all those workouts happen because he would travel frequently. He actually would I asked him how many flights you take a year, and he said about 100 flights. So as you can see, having some form of routine with exercise is difficult. And so when he came to me, we put some systems in place that focused on tweaking his current health habits, He ended up losing 10 kilos, which is about 22 pounds in 6 weeks, and overall lost 35 pounds in less than 3 months. And it says that it's changed his life. So it goes to show you how powerful this is. So here's how to make fat loss automatic, so to speak. And this is done in the first stage of your day. And there's 3 simple steps that I want you to take in order for you to do that. It doesn't take long. And if you can start doing this on a daily basis, it's going to have a big impact. Because the way you start your morning either triggers fat burning mode, or it'll keep you locked in fat storing survival mode. We don't want it to be in that fat storing survival mode. And that's what you might be in right now. Because a lot of dads that I speak with, they'll wake up, they'll skip breakfast, they'll rush out the door, they'll just maybe have a coffee, and that'll be it until lunchtime or maybe even dinner. They won't even hardly drink any water, and they're dehydrated. And then they'll be suffering from low energy in the afternoon, having cravings, hunger that leads to overeating, and unhealthy food and snack choices too. So here's 3 things that you can start doing instead if that's you. And I call it the morning metabolism mover. Let's start with hydration. As soon as you wake up, always have a tall glass next to your bathroom sink. Fill it up with water and drink it. Then have another glass just before breakfast, and that's half a liter or about 17 ounces done right there. And you're ready. That'll make you hydrated, and that'll kickstart your metabolism. Very simple thing to do. I want you to start doing it. The other thing is try and get some activity in, like even 3 minutes. Do things like a quick brisk walk around the block. Just get your body moving, get the metabolism going, or even just at home on the floor, do some body weight exercises and some stretching. This will help with your mobilization, make your joints feel better, and activate your metabolism too. And then thirdly, I want you to prioritize breakfast. You may not feel like you have the time, or you may not feel hungry, or you're just used to it, but you need to recondition your body to start having breakfast. That'll help elevate your metabolism and set you up for the whole day. And make sure you're having protein with it. So things like eggs, some low-fat milk or yogurt, stuff that's low in sugar, some healthy cereals that's low in sugar and fat, or even things like a protein shake. But try and put some solid food in there as well to make you fuller and increase your metabolism too. This is all a matter of you shifting your identity, making choices from the person that you want to be, the healthy, lean father that you want to be. So you need to say this to yourself as you do this. I am a man who finishes what he starts. I am a man who does this consistently, day after day, no matter what it takes. I will not stop. I will not give up. I will not react, but I will lead. And that's how fat loss will happen for you. I actually had a client who used to drink 20 coffees a day, but no water. Believe it or not, he owned a coffee roasting business. That's why he drank 20 coffees. Then after applying these steps, his energy and his health levels elevated, his metabolism increased, and managed to lose 19 pounds. So simple steps that you can make that aren't too difficult is what's going to help you have that breakthrough with your fat loss and your health and your energy levels. So just wrapping this up, don't need another diet. You don't need to cut out alcohol, carbs, or live in the gym. You don't need to beat yourself up every single Monday after Monday with this vicious loop. What you need is a simple plan that's sustainable and fits in with your life, that's not too difficult, works with your schedule, not against it. A coach who's walked the walk and helped hundreds of dads just like you to do the same. And that's exactly what I show you inside my free training. So if you want access to that and you want to drop, or you need to drop at least 10 to 35 pounds in the next 6 weeks without exercise, counting calories, or giving up your lifestyle, I want you to click the link in the description, the first one that you see on top, and watch that training now. You'll see the exact habit sustainability formula and how we use it to create real transformation for real men, busy dads just like you. And if this video hits home, I want you to click the subscribe button. That way you get access to all the videos that I release every single week that help high-performing dads burn fat, lead well, and also to live longer. Let's get to work, guys. You've got a family counting on you. I want you to be the leader of your home that God intended you to be.